Love and Light Collective back at it with another live stream. And of course, this one is our special spicy time. All right, spicy tarot session. So yeah, I'm excited to do it. We've got 3 piles tonight. Something for the singles as well as the couples. All right, so take whatever fits, resonates, makes sense. Leave the rest. Each individual pile, to be clear, is still a general collective message. And you guys know, you know, sometimes certain things can really resonate and others not so much, even amongst one pile that you maybe do more than not resonate with. That's okay. You might also find tonight that you resonate with more than one pile. I get that too. Definitely picking from the pool of the same energies from one pile to the next, at least on a couple of these, because we do have one for couples. So obviously, whether or not you're single or coupled up. All right. Whether that means marriage or not, you guys, to be clear, whenever I'm talking couples tonight. So there's that. We're going to get spicy. My apologies for coming on later than planned. But long story short, I'm doing great for like being on here only this late. So there's that. Like, oh my goodness. I was doing so great up until like the hour of 9. And then like I tripped a bit and I was like, oh no. But what is time anyhow, right? So I figure I'm right on time. That's what I'm claiming. And thank you for those bearing with me that maybe noticed the clock is not 10:10. All right, it's 10:10 somewhere in some dimension. And what's time anyhow? So there's that. But in all honesty, I really do hope you guys enjoy the session. I really do hope that you get some laughs as well as some, informative coping skills, perhaps, right? We're going to talk a little bit about a little bit about a lot. Okay. So, long story short, if you'd like to delve deeper into something that you discover upon tonight, please and thank you. Book a session. All right. I don't mind. Readings are open. So, there's that. But no pressure on you guys. If you enjoy yourself, please be a dear. Let me know. Give me some comments. Let me know, what pile maybe you resonate with, etc. And for those that dressed up along with your girl, that's awesome AF. I'm sure you look amazing. I wish I could see you guys. But I know in spirit, of course, you guys are always glowing, and of course that's hot and everything. So there's that. And for those that maybe didn't, maybe missed the memo that you could, next time, there'll be a next time, you guys. And hopefully you enjoyed the thumbnail that came along with the post there. I got a kick out of that one. I was like, how did anything make me a jalapeno like that? Like, that's hilarious. So, whatever works is my motto. And I kind of wanted to like PG things so that you two didn't feel like we were doing something too tawdry around these parts. Okay. So, long story short, tonight was a little bit different, you guys. I had no idea what decks I was going to use, and then I was like not using most of my normal go-to, so bear with me on that. We're still talking spicy, no worries, okay? And we're getting to positions and all of that. No worries, I got you from one pile to the next, right? But not gonna lie, the couples pile kind of fell deep, so that does seem to be pile number 1 here tonight. And just a heads up on that one. It's not bad. It's just there's a lot of emotion there, like there's a lot of feeling. And also something a little bit different for this particular session. I was guided to actual names. I mean, I did pull for the initials and all that jazz, chart placements, etc. But I did channel some names and a couple other things from one pile to the next as well. So I'm excited to share that with you. I think Love and Light, Fiona, I think given the hour, I'm just going to see if there are some other people that want to maybe straggle in from the back row kind of thing. And I'm going to go on ahead and get into pile number 1. Now, um, please know that the bell will ring, and hopefully when that bell rings, you also know the live stream rules. Okay, if for whatever reason you're saying, oh no, not me, I don't know the live stream rules, and you want a free tarot reading from your girl, all right, please know those rules, so that as the bell rings, you're ready. Okay, also please be mindful, the bell normally, like, I don't know if it's ever happened where it's only been one time it's rung, normally it's going to ring again. Okay? No worries. Even if it seems like I forgot to ring the bell, I'm going to ring the bell again. So thank you for your patience. And I do want to kind of keep the chat box a little bit um, clean, referable to the actual questions for your free yes no tonight, you guys, so that it's a little easier for me to just follow along and, still get into the spice of things, So there's that. But pile number one, we're going to start, and I guess we're at 538 for pile number one. To be clear, you guys, this is for couples, all right? Whether this is LGBTQ plus or not, whether this is, an actual like official covenant, like you've got marriage paperwork receipts on this or not. Okay, this is for someone that knows that they are dating someone at least, but this too also could include those married as well. One second here. All right. So there could be some significance. Doesn't have to be the case, you guys. To fortune cookies. I do have a fortune cookie message from one pile to the next. And the first one for pile number one. Stay open to new experiences and adventures. All right. Now, obviously, I've gone ahead and pulled most, if not all, of the cards, right? And I gotta say, there's a lot of love here, pile number one. We're gonna get to some of the archetypes and some of the spice. No worries, right? Um, but I do see a lot going on, especially, particularly in a household. This tells me that most of you, maybe not all of you, live together, have some sort of shared access to a home somehow. Okay. Um, and this person's sentiment at times as well as your own, okay, somewhere along the path, or otherwise you don't get to even be coupled up, do you? Is that this person does have a heart for you because you do make them feel special, right? And I gather, obviously, at some turns, right, this was a shared sentiment, like this person and you, for them, have the ability to kind of have the other feel supported, right? But at the same time, I do see heavy communication vibes being like wonky AF, right? Some of you, it's like you're getting into what would be like into that of like how you would watch the way that grease would separate from water kind of thing. It's like, wow, do y'all go together kind of like, did you pick each other kind of thing, right? And then there's like something for some of you coming through where it's like the communication, though might be a thing, it's not enough. Like it's a time waster. It's like the epitome of like beating around the bush or just beating a dead horse, which both can be quite frustrating, especially when maybe you need some real answers. And I do see that some of you, you might be struggling to keep a house. This could be or rent, for maybe those that aren't homeowners. But I asked Spirit what was basically like the issue, right? And interestingly, from the Kipper came out the house. Okay. A lot of love here though, you guys. I asked, like, for those that are on the fritz here, maybe it's been a while, or maybe you don't know if and when you'll come back around to getting on again. And double confirmation specifically with lovers energy, which I cannot show. YouTube, not my rules, right? Love and light, Daisy. So there's that, right? And I get that, when there's stress on the body for whatever reason, right? Who cares if it's regarding a house or not? Things can happen, you just don't have that drive anymore. Depending on certain meat suits you might have there, you know, um, long story short, irregardless of your meat suit, your avatar, right, your sex, when the body is placed under stress, whether simply one or all kinds of stress that you can think of, right? Because I mean, even think of those that have, and I'm not saying this is anyone in the collective. I'm just saying, like, in general, think about this. It really goes back to the power of belief, as well as repetition and discipline, right? when you're talking about somebody who has psychosomatic issues, right? It's like they believe, and there's power in that belief to produce results. And they believe it again because it produced results, but really it produced results because they believed it again. And that's not me saying anything out of any air of judgment. It's just literally like if you put it on paper in black and white. Love and light, too many. It just is what it is, right? And that's not me making fun of anyone with those type of like tendencies, conditions, thought patterns, right? Sickness, you might say. See how it's all kind of festering into like one boiling pot type of situation. And this is why we do have some of these harder talks every now and again, just for preventative maintenance, right? So there is something about like having communication coming through where it's like there needs to be a balance in it. Um, the feminine energy is connected to this particular one, pile number one. Um, are being asked to express their needs, um, but with a lot more femininity, right? It's not saying like, you're just using your man voice to ask, or whatever that means, right? It's just really talking about like the softness. When you think of femininity, even in a male, right? Gosh, you don't really think of any kind of like Paul Bunyan with an axe type of figure. You don't think of, um, you know, I don't know. I'm thinking of Jason Momoa playing Paul Bunyan. So that I don't know, you guys. I'm not really up on all of the characters of today's time, as it were. Gosh, what am I, an ancient vampirist? Like, but I feel like one right now, actually, if you ask me. But anyways, so, this card, indicating Venus energy could be of some significance, but really this is the women are from Venus, men are from Mars deck, right? It says women need to ask in a loving way. It's not that you don't love. I mean, there's like, even if you ask this person on the other side of the fence here, right? Like, hey, does collective member love you? They're gonna be like, yeah. They're not gonna be like, absolutely not. Like, I wish to God they would. Like, that's more like what you'd get if somebody said, hey, does collective member like ever stop talking? Like, I wish they would. Like, that would be more of a sentiment than this person to really actually believe that you like were loveless in the entire situation that you both built together, right? So no worries there in case that is a worry, because that is coming through. But there's something about like patience on both sides, to be clear, not just collective member. All right. Gosh, I'm almost like, are there like is there like a cross watcher and a collective, or two collective members in this connection? That could be the case as well. But men need to listen patiently and not passively, also coming through. So, it's almost like, you got two people loving each other under a lot of stress because, life be life, and I get that. Uh-huh. But there's still love here. And the general advice coming through for whoever resonates this, or excuse me, for whoever resonates with this, I was tripping over the words resonates as well as resume because that is part of the guidance, to be clear. All right. Um, but Spirit's basically saying, like, listen, just freshen up your resume. Whoever this makes sense for, or both of you perhaps, like, hey, go get it together, right? And I'm hearing in a few short months, but I do know this blah 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 with this unexpected income. To be clear, right? That's a thing for you. You will be receiving a job, perhaps unexpectedly, but I'm also getting like a more fruitful harvest from the situation more than expected, right? So it's like this is a situation where, like, it's maybe say like you're a teacher of such and such type of subject in this form of degree, blah blah blah. And so the age, or not the age range, my goodness, the salary range is like from this to this, standardly in this demographical area. And Spirit's basically saying, yeah, right, that's all well and good, but you're going to get more unexpectedly, right? Like, this is, but again, the power of belief is coming through here. It's like you really need to, like, maybe you're still sitting there going, I don't know if this is my message. Um, you know, you've got to utilize your own intuition, but I don't see any issues with brushing up anybody's resume for any reason because it's given stay ready. You know what I'm saying? Energy, which we talk about often on the channel, anyways, even outside of spicy time, to be clear, right? There's also something about like this lack of communication style being similar from one person to the next, connecting to this pile too. Much love and light, you guys. Is it's like someone's being misinterpreted. Okay, so this person could maybe think of you, collective member, as thinking last. It's like, oh, so you spoke again and then thought, right? And the whole reality of the situation could really, actually, literally be that this person is not actively listening. So when you're checking in and out of a conversation that maybe only lasts a few seconds, right? It could be pretty easy to misinterpret. Again, there is a lot of love here, so I'm not going to say that this person's trying to be a grade A asshole, like on purpose, right? Like 1,010%. They maybe have tendencies, right? But there could be some, even, I'm not a doctor, I'm just saying, could be some like ADHD, ADD. Maybe there's some cognitive awareness issues that you really need to find some workarounds for. And even that would take communication. Makes sense, right? So can't really get around that, right? But we do know makeup sex is some of the best, right? And we also do know, because I've confirmed, all right, you're gonna have that again, maybe again and again and again, right? I'm not trying to stop you, you know what I'm saying? Spirit says it's a go. I mean, there's literally love here. Just because there's stress, it's not wiping out the love. You know what I'm saying? And some of you do have that marriage covenant, so it's best to just honor what you agreed to, as long as what you agreed to is fulfilling you. Make sense? Okay. um, Almost done with pal one. We're gonna ring that bell. Now let me see who I'm talking to and what they look like before we talk about what they like. All right, so um we do have some of you, this could be an issue because you are young or they are younger than you. Okay. Somebody here could also look fairly young for their age, regardless of that bracket. Just saying. Somebody's coming out as potentially having a skin condition. Another person here could look like this, or intend to look like this at work, for work. Okay. Corporate is coming through. Somebody could have white or gray hair, all right? And somebody could be Asian. Now, we've talked about relation tips. Let's get, relationship to the, hold on, because I don't want to say something really crazy. Thank you. Maybe that's a synchronicity. Like when you guys get to it, it's all like, like you're almost panting for each other, right? Again, there's a lot of love and, gosh, dare I say passion here? All right, as I look at the Nine of Wands. Well, that'll make sense. This also means that you'll make sex as well, too. This was the confirmation. Or I shouldn't have shown the Lover's card. But you dig it. All right. And they will, and all of that. So let's talk about it. Yeah, this person, they know that they're not going to find like another you know what I'm saying? You know how hard it is to make somebody feel special? Like you'd have to have a lot of authenticity behind that. Like ain't no way lip service is doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like we know lip service like the back of our hand. Like, oh, okay. Yeah. You go into a store of a certain variety, right? Oh, how you doing? They don't give a, you know what I'm saying? You're all like, but then there's like that one, right? Every now and again, you stumble upon another block and there's another storefront to go behind, and that person in there really cares, and then they turn around and they really care again, right? Then they remember you, then they're thoughtful of you, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's the difference. Okay, so this person like is not stupid. I mean, they're not coming across as some sort of brute, like they don't get your value. I think, long story short, pile number one, the stress is like the biggest issue. Not even, I feel like if you guys like had a break on like an island K long enough, right, deserted enough and romantic enough, of course, not giving you know, Tom Hanks with a volleyball of sorts or anything, but um, there could be some significance to Greco-Roman as well. And I'm also hearing somebody could be in like um I heard real estate, but I kind of I'm sorry. I heard architecture, but I wanted to say real estate. So could be dabbling both in both of those things. Doesn't have to be the case, but this person does want you to know that it's not I get some stubborn energy from, I don't know, this is like a male coming through. And it's like maybe he is like, maybe he's like Greek. I don't know. I forget what nationality this guy was, but this guy gives like the Greek aesthetic somewhat, you know. And you guys could be engaged. I mean, this is from one of the 90 Day Fiance seasons, I believe, right? Yeah, 90 Day Fiance. We're talking about marriage covenant. You don't have to have that. Maybe you guys are engaged, all right? And kind of hit a rocky patch. There's some disjointed communication though, because it's like one person is thinking, like the way this card reads, it's like when you think you're meeting your fiance for a sexy night out, but you're actually going to the buffet with his parents. It's like, wah, 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 wah. Like there's a lot of disappointment on the other side of like some miscommunication, but I don't know, like I'm not getting that like the whole MO of this person was like, all right, like he's like on the phone with his boy, he's like, yeah, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make her think that we're going out, you know? And then me and my parents, like I don't I don't know if there's like some, you know, spectrum ish going on here. I feel like that would be something that would happen on Love in the Spectrum. Now I'm like with these TV shows. So maybe there's some significance, all right, to like TV shows, or like maybe you feel like you're on one, or like you could write one because of this kind of stuff. It's like, what do you mean? Like I'm in heels. Like we're going to the buffet with your mom, like kind of thing, right? Who knows? But this person wants you to know, like they knew, like they specifically not only knew but got a feeling that they were going to want to marry you, whether you guys are literally married the second or not. Okay, this person could have actually in the beginning, for some, not all here, had a situation where they were not over someone yet. And this might be why, this might be partially why you're rocking with the break. Like, yep, let me, what, because, right? Because who wants to sign up to get their heart broken? Like, yeah, no, me, oh, I hope it's me today again. Nobody in their right mind says that, right? But it's like, again, he wants you to know, this is not everybody's story, I get this, but this man is coming through. He wants you to know, like, you know, you do it. Like, even if you guys aren't together right now, and even if this person is for whatever reason, like, is like seeming like they're available to mingle, like all like that, they already know what's up. Like, no, that's not going to be a thing. Um, Whoever is the female connected to this situation, as well as anyone who can get something out of this particular one. All right, we're still on Power 1, about to wrap it up, I promise. Your divine guidance team wants you to know you are actually able to manifest. You are mastering that, okay? Part of that is you really intending to master some of the insecurities, okay? This person could actually be signed up. Stranger things have happened. To assist you with learning how to do some of this. Okay, so it's like you can't really be like mad at the guy's existence kind of thing. I'm not saying this person or whoever this is, right, is perfect. I'm also saying that's also for the most part okay, because who is, right? Now I'm not here talking about somebody that was, you know, mistreating you severely physically, you had bruising behind, like, no, we're not talking about that type of individual. Dare I say energy? I'll say energy, right? So not that. But there's something about like as you kind of continue to just kind of add that healing balm to some of these areas, right? And this is not a call out for any one of you because it takes two to tango, right? Just like it's taken at least the two of you, if not more, you know, maybe you have kids, some of you, to make this home. But this person, I think what's going on here too, long story short, this person is really like accidentally, I'm not getting there's an intention, accidentally hurting you because it's like you're already in the verge of like disappointment. It's like, oh, okay. Oh, so we're going to the buffet. Oh, and your parents, right? And this person trying to understand because there was already misunderstanding. Because again, he was not on the phone going, yeah, and I'm gonna make sure she wears the heels, right? Like this was not like an intended setup for you to be disappointed here. On top of it, might even at this point be scared to talk to you because it's like when they try to talk to you, they're just saying like kind of think of like what any character Zach Galifianakis would say in those moments, or like a Chris Farley, right? Like they're fumbling over words, but also like using trigger words while not saying the right stuff, right? And I can laugh, I know, because I don't have to live it. But I'm also laughing to be clear because I do understand the level of frustration. I'm trying to keep my vibe a certain frequency. Just saying, okay? So I get it. That's a lot. But again, there's a lot of love there. I've got the initials K, M, R, I, Q, and V. Whether on the part of you or your person, excuse me, we also have H, N, and or B. Okay? Whether first, middle, or last name initial on the part of you and or this person for pile number 2. And as far as the dun-dun, okay, here's some ways you could spice some things up in case this was not a regular situation for you. Also, this may high key have been, or still is, hopefully, right, a regular situation for you. And so again, general collective, take what resonates. Love and light, Jay. Love and light, Laura. All right, so you know, somebody could eat a lot more, right? Like you could just have a whole meal, and you could integrate all kinds of lips. All right, so there's that, and I do see drinking on the menu. The way I just wish I could just put the cards up to be like, hey, here's what. All right, so again, with this communication, sometimes you know, my guides are showing me the oh my god, the Costanzas from Seinfeld, right? Like they're all, you know, there's love there, right? It's kind of like that kind of communication style every now and again. And your divine guidance team here are saying, and make it fun, right? Like if a certain someone wants to give all the directions, maybe a certain someone gives them from the back in a much more pleasant way rather than inside of the car. You know what I'm saying? So back shots could be a thing, yes, but also make the direction fun. If they're gonna give it, you know, teach them the fun way to give direction. You know what I'm saying? And not the life-threatening type of fun either, where you're screaming left, left in the car, right? Whole time meant right anyways. Now the train's coming. No, let me stop. But anyways, I digress. Spanking's fun too, perhaps. Okay. And maybe you could take turns on that. There's a lot of take turns. Get into each other's fantasies, take turns, and a maid costume might be wonderful for Jeeves to enjoy, if that's applicable. All right. If not, put that penguin suit on every now and again there, you know, if applicable, just the same. And call yourself Jeeves. How could you not have fun after you got that suit on and put that name tag on there? Let me stop. But all right, I'm done giggling, you guys. I'll ring the bell. I was having a little too much fun off of pile number 1. A lot of love, and you guys can work on the other stuff to get that, you know, again, in full swing. Could be some significance to November, because I'm looking at that Nine of Wands, and it's like, yeah, that means passion for pile number one. I get that. It's also confirmation that you guys will actually again, right? For some of you. And I do know that we are also talking November, because it came out for another pile tonight. So I do hope you stick around. Maybe there are some synchronicities in that pile, or some next steps in that pile for you as well. Okay. Because here's the thing. You single up until you got a ring. You know what I'm saying? So don't count yourselves out yet just because you know you got a partner you doing stuff with. All right. Because that don't mean you're married, honey. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. All right, let me see, you guys. Bear with. We got the tiny box going because I'm doing vertical again, right? We also have the purple splotches back, which I know you guys told me that was something of significance. Although I'm not one for like the contest, so like please don't. If it's stressing you out, please pay no mind. Okay, maybe you guys can't see that. I'm not even sure. All right. Okay, let's see here. Do many. Okay, so probably not until maybe like around April of next year. There's some significance about like, it's not, I don't know that it's anything about you or your performance. I think it's about the company. Like the company can't, you have all these like gold star employees, right? And you'd love to be able to give each one $1 million a month kind of thing. And it's like, it's not, unless your company is a situation where it's like promotions are always a monthly thing. The Nine of Swords was giving no, and I asked for confirmation on the November and got the yes card come out of the deck, which was the Four of Coins, and that four just makes me think April. All right, so that's what I got for you, Dumini. Never say never though, right, babe? Okay. But I'm also thinking, wow, you said you just joined this week, so give it time. I mean, I feel like the no was definitely not like a never, you know? Okay. All right, let's see here. Yes, for Laura, and you already know because it's coming out Queen of Cups with your intuitive AFRs. Love the light, Laura. And also, Daisy, you'd like to meet a new friend? You have all of these friends online right now. We're like family, not even just friends, Daisy. All right, let's see what you're looking for, because maybe I'm misunderstanding. I'm like, we're not enemies, to be clear. Ain't nobody hating on anybody over here. Just saying. Ooh, if you're looking for a romantic offer, then yes. Okay, it might be at a party, celebration, all right, of sorts. Might be around holiday times. Might be around January. This might be a Capricorn. Ooh, good luck. I don't think I have the best of luck. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is my card, guys. Spirit's out with me tonight. I'm just trying to get spicy. What the fuck? All right. Okay. You can't find the like button, Laura? You gotta look for the three dots in the right corner, perhaps, and see if it'll allow for you to do it there. Thank you for trying. All right. Thank you for those that will hit that like button, hype the video, share the content, and send your girl love light. Okay. I'm bossy tonight. How about that? I'm over here like, I have needs. Send love light now. No, let me stop. It's like the Care Bear is like, Oh, I'm glad you found it. Thank you, babe. And you're very welcome. All right, you're very welcome as well, to many. Okay, should we get into pile number 2? Now this starts singles land. All right. So y'all ready or let me stop. I'm hyping it up. I don't want to do it too much. Hold on. Wear myself out before I even get into the. All right, here we go. Right, single ladies. Actually, no, we got a man in here too, and I think it's a collective member. I really do. Okay, hold on. Let me put these out of the way. Let's start with the cookie message, shall we? Oh, thank you, babe. Thank you so much. Thank you, Laura. Oh, you just sponsored tonight's reading. I love that. Thank you. Let me get, wait. I'm like, oh, I can give hearts now, you guys. Wait, can I heart too? I see hearts. Are you guys doing that? Or is it me? Wait, hold on. I love you too, Laura. Thanks for coming on, babe. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all. Like, it really does not work like at all without you guys. So we're doing this together, spicy and all. I'm just saying. Okay. All right. So pile number 2, 20, right? Your cookie message, your positive energy will attract an abundance of blessings. All right. So I like to at least put spicy in there in amongst the blessings category, especially since this is the spicy tarot. All right. Who am I talking to? Let me separate these. It's like my OCD kicking in. I don't know what's going on. I have this thing where I like to just separate the initials from the chart placements. All right. Now, this is what I did not love about pile number 2, so we're gonna, like, damn sure fix this part, like, for real, for real, for real. I mean, love you, though, but, like, not this, okay? So it says, when you're smiling on the outside, but crying on the inside. All right, a honey bunch. You can't not have what you already are. And, of course, you are at least love, which is, like, a mega frequency, right? They used to teach it as the strongest here in this dimension. All right. There have been recent findings that it is more literally the case that authenticity is a bit stronger, but still, love matters. We need love. Love wins, right? As they say. Maybe there is some significance LGBTQ plus for pile number 2. Doesn't have to be the case, but here's the sitch, babe. We got to talk, all right? Because whoever is attached to this, whether guy, girl, what have you, you're the main character, right? I know this card is pulled from the Kipper and it says main female. All right. Not gonna lie to you. Most of my collective at this current moment in time, you're subscribing to this, okay? Not everyone, I'm just saying. So this is making sense to me why that energy would come out in general course. Still a general collective message for pile number 2. Making sense? Hopefully, okay? So smiling on the outside, crying on the inside, and the culprit being main person character, which is you. Okay. Irregardless of, you know, any of the other archetypes. You could have first, middle, or last name initial of that of U, R, or D. And have the chart placements of Taurus, Virgo, Pisces, and or Aries. All right. So there could be some significance as well. Before I forget, because I feel like I'll sit this pile aside and not pick it back up. And I don't want to do that, you guys. Since I pulled them already, could be some significance to red lips here for pile number 2. We've got brown eyes, but we also had mixed colors. So it could be like brown, light, hazel. Okay, maybe there's like a range. What kind of shapeshift are we talking about? There could be some significance to average height. I think also, was this the pile? I thought it was like also the possibility that you guys could be the same height, or maybe that was through the channeling and not a card. Not gonna lie there. Somebody could have a mole. Amy Winehouse could be of some significance, okay, for whatever reason. There could be a white American here. Like, don't mind me. I have to say it that way. And or someone with a squared type of face. Piercings and tooth gap also came out. Powerful makes sense, all right, irregardless of what you look like. And some of you, you are a man. All right, there's that man card. Okay, so, you know, maybe you're all of this. Maybe there's some significance to Whitney Houston. Maybe you are every woman. Let me stop. I'm just hearing that channeled. Okay, so since you are the main culprit here, we got to take a look at next steps. All right, prepare to act. Something needs you to be fully engaged. And you know what's so funny? I read that as like part number 2. Something needs you. Okay. It's like, yeah, something needs your attention to be fully engaged, but like something needs you. You need you in order to fully be engaged or formally be engaged, right? Like, and this is crazy because where you're heading is this. I mean, 4 of Wands, it could be it could be twin flame energy. It doesn't have to be. But it's really talking about like, okay, this is it. Like we're formalizing this. This is a thing. We live together. Like we lay claim to each other. You've got stuff at my place. I've got stuff at your place at least, right? Like this is everyone knows. Like you're not hiding in a closet. Like okay, waiting. There's none of that. Okay, which good on you. Because what are you talking about? What's the channeling saying? Anyways. Pay attention to things that require a lot of energy, though. All right. So, right now, you're still finding a little bit more out about you, which good on you because we're all here to learn kind of often. I won't say all the time because I feel like that would be a word curse. But, you live and you learn, and you're alive. You know how that goes. Okay. Anyways. Um, So like whatever is taking your energy and also draining you, you kind of really should be like not entertaining anymore. Whether persons, places, environments, or people. Did I say persons? Did I say people? Okay, just to be clear. Okay. So, also there's something coming through about like, hey, you know how like your heart was busted open before like a few times, maybe even 3 or more? Kind of got to let that go too, so that the fullness of this can come in, right? Whether guy, girl, what have you, okay? And so, I get that. It's like maybe you even know that, maybe you've been working on that. I know that that can feel frustrating, but that is what's coming through. Let's talk about who's coming to you, all right? Whether this is someone you know already or not, all right? But for many of you, this coming towards you is new, okay? For pile number 2. This person could have a tendency to be forgetful or late, okay? And or use their middle name. They could have a personal pride for some sort of collectibles, right? Like, who cares what kind? There are all kinds of collections. Some people have trophies that they personally have personalized, like awards and things like that. Others have, um, vintage magazines, right? We won't say what kind. Anywho, they could also dye their hair unusual colors. Any of these, right? Could be of some significance. Doesn't have to be. But you guys, you can't get yourself bunched up anymore to the point where, irregardless of panties, boxers, or briefs, you're crying on the inside. I mean, at that point, you got to realize that's fear, in the sense that, because what would you cry for? what would you cry for? Well, you'd cry because, and I'm not saying it like I don't get it. Like, I have cried. I cry often, right? Like, I get that. So, but when you're crying in the moments over like lack of love, it's just when you break it down, it gets a little silly, and that's not an invitation for you to beat yourself up or for anyone to be beat upon for any reason. Okay, to be clear, silly in the sense of like illogical, right? Because you are love. So where would you be lacking love? And even if you were quote unquote lacking love, how would you not be connected to the source of all that is, right? So all that is inclusive at least of love, right? So then how are you lacking, right? And so when you can break it down and say things like that, you know, to yourself in your own coach mode with your own coach hat, right? It is a little easier and less emotional, okay? Then you do find that perhaps, you know, you're pining for some of you romanticisms, right? The ability to express yourself maybe perhaps more um in more femininity, like in a softer expression. Well, go on ahead and give yourself permission to do that, honey. You don't have to wait to have a lover. Could you imagine if people thought, I'm saying this for a reason because many do. Could you imagine if people thought that you had to go to places that children enjoy, like the circus? You had to have children in order to go and publicly enjoy the circus? You guys know I was just at the circus. And y'all know I didn't have no baby with me. All right. I didn't hurt anyone. I had a great time and I hit that super big beach ball like the rest of them, right? Like, you know, for those that don't know what I'm talking about, check out the videos actually uploaded onto the channel, please and thank you. Even a short, all right? I dare ya. No, let me stop. But that circus was so much fun, you guys. That was for those that don't know, Cirque Italia. Oh my god, I had so much fun there. Very interactive, which I'm like, oh, this helps keep me awake and there's fun. Like, like I'm definitely down for that. But anyways, so if you guys get the chance to check out Cirque Italia, I don't know if it's in any of your areas or Cirque anyways in general is like pretty badass. And to be clear, there's like no animals, no, you know, nobody, well, hopefully then nobody was harmed in the making of any of the shows. To be clear, there were, I have questions though, but anyway, that's for a different. But you guys, you really need to honor your badassery at this point. Honor the fact that you know, most people are so quick to be like, I love hard, therefore I can't love. What are you scared? You just never. If you're nervous that you would love someone so hard that you lost all of you again, you've got to have a talk with you. I mean, why you trying to date? Why you trying to love? You know what I'm saying? Like, give it to you so you can properly get love elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it works. Okay. Um, even when you are dealing with people that have like varying types of avoidant attachment styles, you know, you living on you just really is the best medicine. Okay. Some might even say it's the best revenge. Just you loving on you, just without anyone else's permission. Ooh wee, look at your bad ass, right? And that's hot too, and that helps you attract more of what you definitely desire. And I get it, you guys, you're desirous of it because you are deserving, right? Like, of course you deserve to be treated in romantic ways, right? But in the meantime, get used to how you like to be treated in those very romantic type of ways, right? Like even in the sense of the bedroom, right? Like it's like there might be a total of 18 positions that could be created between you and you know, your person, this other person, this person coming to you, right? But maybe you only like 3 of them. You know what I'm saying? And it's up to you to be like, okay, I can, but you know, don't really prefer that, right? And that's part of the communication. Otherwise, you could be having your partner think like, man, I know damn well she just loves number 11. And you're like, not that one, right? Like, but how does anybody know until it's you know, and if you can't have some of those conversations, you really have no business talking to anybody like that, do you? Right? Pile number two. So I think that definitely you should take heed to some of the guidance that was given, all right, but also go deeper, all right, ask yourself some of the harder questions. Really, I tried my best to, quickly on the live stream break down some of the areas where you can gain clarity a lot more faster with a lot less emotion. Of course, nobody's calling you like overly emotional or anything. It's just in the throes of being perhaps triggered or feeling lonely, or learning lessons, okay, can get emotional. I mean, whether you're a guy, girl, what have you, to be clear, nobody's calling out for that. Just continue to do the work. It seems like overall you're right on track. I mean, you got somebody coming towards you. Spirit actually confirmed that with the Four of Wands card, which was the yes affirmative card. And here's the sitch, right? You were asked to keep in your positive energy, all right, because that's attracting this in. But I also do see some really, I don't want to say alarming, wait, hold on, really surprising type of new opportunities for you as well, okay, that maybe you need to prepare to be able to act on. I don't know, no judgment, just saying. So body being topped with things that you can eat, right? Creamy things, fruits, whatever else sticky you can put up on there is coming through. Okay, now this might be something that you've wanted to try, and or this could be something that you will ultimately try with this person coming your way. Pawn number two, there is some significance to the number 69 coming through as well. Again, prepare to act. No, let me stop. But some of y'all might have some new experiences as well. Like going to the strip club. Maybe this person might be the type to buy you a lap dance and them a lap dance, right? Maybe this person and you are the type to pretend like someone's buying a lap dance whether y'all left the house or not, kind of thing. And there is some significance to the prostate coming through, as well as phalanges. Okay, y'all piece them things together if you wanna. I'm gonna be over here staying out of that one, but so it's so funny because spirit's taking me back to this red flag energy when you're smiling on the outside but crying on the inside. We went from that energy to someone's prostate and someone's finger being like, you just, when you can kind of take the emotion out of it and you just hear about how life plays out sometimes. Haven't you ever played that game with yourself where it's like, okay, there was a certain time in your life where you wondered what was up ahead. You couldn't see it, intuitive as you are, maybe, right? Or just in general, you just couldn't, it was a lot of what ifs and things like that, and you've gotten way past that hurdle and many more, right? And you can look back and kind of chuckle, that's cute how I didn't know, but it's also kind of cool how like I survived and I lived to tell it all, right? It's kind of like that with your love life. It's like, I know it looks grave now, like it's just dead in the water, like dead on arrival kind of thing, but at the same time, you want to focus on what helps you get beyond that hurdle. And really, long story short, pound number two, the focus is on you, right? Nothing much more you have to do. Like I said, this person will be well underway of being on their way to you as you do this work. Okay. So hopefully that made sense for someone out there. That's what we have, pound number two. But your positive energy will attract an abundance of blessings. Where's the other one? Because I want to make sure that was... Let me see what this says. Ooh, pound number three. I know I rang the bell. I just got excited. Pound number three, your cookie messages. A special someone will enter your life in November. There's that energy. Love and light, Priya. Love and light, Anna Cat. Priya, if you have a question, you can post it now, babe, according to the live stream rules. Okay, I see you, Priya. Okay. Let's see about Sybil. Okay. Well, I'm just getting specific communication by the soulmate to their Queen of Wands. All right, Queen of Wands is gorgeous. All right, so this is as you are seeing it here with the priestess energy. No worries, a lot of love for you. Okay. I'm also getting that you should, if you have access to, drink some herbal tea, Priya. I don't know if you have specific ailments. I'm just hearing to tell you to drink herbal tea. Or maybe you know what kind of tea it is. Right? Love and light shine. You made it. Anakin, I'm well. How are you, babe? I just saw that you asked me that. I know I said hi, but I didn't I didn't answer your question. Sorry. All right. Gotta forgive me, guys, because the box is boxing. We're doing great though. Anyway. All right, if we don't have any other questions, that's okay. What I'm gonna do is go into pile number 3 at 56:55. And again, pile number 3. A special someone entering your life in November. All right, so there could be some significance. I know we just said November, right? But I already had this card pulled out. It says there could be some significance to 2 weeks. So 2 weeks from now. So maybe for some of you, 2 weeks from now, you meet someone of some significance. All right. And by November, it's kind of like official. Makes sense. It's literally like the beginning of October. But there also could be some significance to a text, receiving a text in 2 weeks. And you might meet this person. If not, November it is. Okay. Oh. Wow, nothing just happens. I bumped this King of Wands off of the deck, which we are not even using, so that's interesting. So fire sign could be of some significance. Somebody passionate, somebody boisterous, whether that's you or this person. I'm getting it's this person, though. It's like this person's energy wants to come through. Maybe that's some significance of like this person, like however you guys connect or reconnect. I mean, I feel like many of you, this is somebody new, but could be some significance to military police or a mop. We've got the letters M-O-P. Could be some significance to the nighttime. M-O-P are the only initials that came out for you, pile number 3, whether on the part of you or this person coming to you. Some of you are a practitioner. Could be some significance to red attire, the red color, red clothing. Okay. Might have Aboriginal ties, could be female. Could be some significance to white clothing and or a round face. Maybe somebody wears round glasses. Somebody works with AI. Somebody could paint. So, okay, whether first, middle, or last name, initials MOP. This person coming to you could have blue eyes, or you could have blue eyes. Someone here could subscribe to being that of a witch. This is the pile. My goodness, I knew I had this card. Okay. So this person could be the same height as you, whether you know them currently or not. For those that definitely do not know this person coming to you, all right, in November, there could be some significance to air chart placements, all right? Something could have happened in the last air sign season, which don't ask me when that was. I haven't been able to keep up on my astrology for a minute. This Schumann resonance alone is just enough for me to keep up on, and that's a lot. So if anyone knows about that stuff, please share, okay? We've got our community. So thank you, Fiona. Oh my goodness. You know what, Fiona, I'm not gonna lie. I did not get alerted. I literally had to stumble upon your post. So that's why the late reply. My bad on that. So I have to check to make sure that I don't have it so that it can be easy. I need to check the settings to see if there's anything I can do to make it more accessible, or also why the heck wouldn't it alert me, is also a good question. But anyways, thank you so much for sharing, Fiona, in the community. And you guys check out the posts that Fiona and I have been sharing in there. Okay. I'd love to add some names to the list, just saying. All right. How about this, you guys? This is hot AF, if I do say so myself. This person coming to you in November or sooner, right, is actually going to easily communicate feelings. Could you imagine communication and about feelings? I love it. All right. I'd eat it up. Just say. Oh, you can't go there on a computer? Yeah. No, I was on a mobile device, but I'm saying still, like, between the YouTube Creator Studio and then, like, my account, like it should have said. This person could be, it's so funny. I was like actually like low key being sarcastic, but not really though, because I actually think communication and like communication of feelings is like pretty sexy. Um, I mean, I feel like people in my experience at this thing called life have been much more open with expressing anger than like many of the other feelings. So, um, anywho. This person could be known to be sarcastic often, unless this is you, okay? Um, but this person could come in when you least expect it, and good on you, because that means that you're attracting it in by, or attracting them in by actually living your life. You're not going to attract them in, or anything or anyone in, by sitting there going, "How about now? How about now? How about now? How about now? How about?" Because the whole time that you're going, "How about now?" You're literally in lack mode, in disbelief, and the universe is going to be like, oh, "Okay, shut it down." God damn it! Like, I was going to have Joe come in. Here we go. Like, check in with the tarot lady. You know, that's why I'm so protective over my collective. I'm like, listen, we're not just going to abuse tarot and then like I'm actually punching your manifestations away with you. Like, no, we're not playing dummy games. You know what I mean? And this person could have siblings. It could be up to 3, whether brothers and or sisters or not. All right. But you want to know something else? Pile number 3. Nothing just happens. Some of you, this person, when they come in a more formal sense, or just at all into, your path, they're going to want a family with you. Okay. And in spite of this, okay, or 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 this could be an open relationship. Okay. So that's what I got for you guys. All right. when you get to actually, paradise, we'll call it. I do see, maybe the paradise is at the Isle of Misfit Toys. Let me stop. But toys may be involved. Just saying. Okay. And also from the back. So, oh, okay. Lotion coming through with some significance. All right. Whether that's your own or from a bottle. Let me stop. Um, Talking dirty, right? So whether Doja Cat is playing in the atmosphere or not, talking dirty is definitely something that somebody wants and or should do or likes to do. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you got that Midas touch, right? Of course, yeah, right? No, literally, But they also feel that same sentiment and vibe if you keep that Midas to yourself in front of them while they touch. Okay, so there's that. And drinks could be involved. Specifically a martini, go figure. Okay. You know how sometimes you don't get a tan where the sun don't shine? And you know how, like, if you don't remove clothing, the sun usually don't shine on those bits? The upper portion, okay, they love that. They remark on that. They recall that for some of you who already know this person. What's coming through for someone? Could be some significance to a bob. Not the name so much, but the haircut, the hairstyle. Like whether Bob has one of those or not. And food items coming through for the win again. God, or y'all don't eat and y'all just multitasking with it. Like, all right, we got 39 minutes. I get it. Anyhow, there could be some significance to. I'm trying to say something else and heard pony play. That went left. Okay, hold on. So role playing, cosplay, and Comic-Con could be rolled up into that. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole this late, you guys. All right. And looks like we made it. Okay. Pound number 3. I think we got you. Pound number 2. We definitely got you. And pound number 1. Y'all got you. No, let me stop. But so that's what I have, you guys. That was a lot of fun. And the bell has rung. Yeah, Fiona, I could not do over. I don't share. Like, oh no. Like, I can't. No judgment. I mean, I know the crazy thing is, ask me how many people, don't ask me, but that I know that are like that. And I'm just like, and I love them and everything, but I can't. No, we can't be doing such things. I got this so far on lockdown. It is, I don't know. I'm trying to keep hope alive, you guys, but it's like, man, like when you read energy, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, words are just, like, damn near can't even trust a vibe no more. It's like, okay, the energy is there. And you said these words, but your actions are complete shit. And you just stay disciplined in the action or inaction to the point where I just can't, you know. I don't know. I'm still healing, y'all. Don't mind me. I'm just like, I don't know. I found some other stuff out about my twin today, and I was like, you know what? Is it me just gallivanting in the movies and stuff? That's great. That's nice. That's you just, it's so interesting how people can play off like they wrote somebody out of their story as if they never existed, but at the same time, pine for them day in, day out, night after. Like it's just when you're an energy reader, and that goes back to why I'm alone. Like, because it's just like I can't be the one sitting there and like I know you're not following along the conversation. Like the conversation is higher minded than the individual. And you can't blame the other people necessarily, right? But at the same time, I can't just dull my sparkle kind of thing. Not that I think I'm like you know, I mean, I don't want to shit on myself anymore because I spent most of my life doing that. And then also basically like inviting others to do it so that I would be like, enough about me. But, anyways, I digress. I'm too protective. Like the way I'm protective over my collective, I'm protective over myself, right? So, obviously, I'm not going to be out there like that. Like, I can't. Like, I used to wish I could, you guys. I really did. And in certain ways, I tried, you know, but no. I just call me a prude if you gotta, but for the right one. No, let me say. But yeah, I'm like I'm loyal. Like I expect nothing less than what I'm bringing to the table, and like if I'm not smashing ass, like you know what I'm saying, like because also why you got to do that anyways if you could just do some other things like we even heard about tonight, like you know role playing and you know there's a workaround most things, you guys. But what I can no longer do is settle for less than I deserve or less than I'm giving, you know? Because then I would be one of those millions of people out there talking about, I can't love because I love too hard. I don't love too hard. I have loved the wrong people. I have loved people who weren't used to people who love themselves so that when they loved, the love was actually hitting. Like, you know, and I can't necessarily blame them for that. Then what I can do is thank them for the lesson and just try my best to move on, you know? But sharing the same chakral system, like, really can be annoying. Because, yeah, I don't know. But I tell the universe all the time, I'm like, okay, I'm willing, like, just drop them in if you gotta. Like, I'm willing to, like, actually have what I deserve. And inclusive of love, right? So, so there's that. And, you know, I like, you know, I don't even mind talking about it because I kind of like to hear myself talk about it because it's like the evidence of my hard work at that. Like it's okay to just detach and love yourself because that doesn't harm anyone. What can harm or what can be harmful, whether to anyone else or not, is ignoring that fact and then ultimately settling for less or like I said, dulling your sparkle. Nobody has time for that. And anyone who actually loved you would never ask you to dull yourself or to settle. You know, right? Okay, yeah, definitely post that, Fiona. Oh, thanks, Fiona. I'm literally your reflection, so thank you. I know, thanks for hyping me up because I tell you what, sometimes I'll be like the other night, like I went out and I was like, okay, I thought I did like I was literally even in heels and I was like, but you know what I noticed? I think a lot of guys are scared for one of two reasons to like really like engage or like be seen seeing a single female is because they either have someone that they're attached to and they know that they would get their ass handed to them if they got caught even looking at another person. My thing is like how are you going to ignore if somebody I don't know, you can't say always and you can't say never cuz my thing is like I tend to be very like industry minded in a lot of things. So I'm like it would be odd. Like I feel like it's more telling if I'm standing in a room filled with like models and things like that and like my man just oh what model oh I didn't oh I didn't see like what because I would be there like wow like that model is great and like but I would be there a little industry minded so I get it if he would need to look if he too was industry minded like you know what I'm at least deserving of I don't want to say simply industry minded to be clear but um I feel like it'd be more telling if I found that there was evidence of him not trying to look, because I'd be like, "Well, how guilty are you?" Like, I'd rather you just look. We could both say like, "Oh yeah," like you know, like, I'm sure two people can look at the same. individual and see how they are pretty or handsome for differing reasons, right? So I do get that part, but I feel like the avoidance is where like the more extreme amount of guilt would come in. But I guess a lot of females are out there, or a lot of people are out there in general that are not really confident with themselves. So they'd rather the person not look. And I figure at that point, you got two people that are willing to live a lie. Like, it's not authentic to be like, that person is homely when they're on the cover of a magazine for a reason. You know, like, like they're being walked down the runway in, designer such and such for a reason, right? So I just feel like the more people would heal and deal with themselves, the better this world would be. And the more loving love would be, and the hotter sex would be. Like, quite frankly, you guys can even use that energy just to speak affirmations into the atmosphere, into the portal that you're creating, as crazy as that sounds. you know and what kind of sucks is I really found out about that like after um my last encounter with my twin. So um although he thought it was a pretty cool idea, but never got to do that. So yeah. But you know what, you guys, if you're still getting over someone, I get that, but n- not living your life and waiting around, please don't be that one. I know it can be challenging because it's like, like me personally, like I ain't waiting around, right? But at the same time, I can't, pigeons can't just hang around eagles, things like that, right? Like, you just, the vibe, the frequency, it's either a match or it's not, right? And I just am too authentic to myself, not to ignore that. So, and I tend to be a type of individual which seems to be extremely rare, um which is like, if you don't have the capacity to like engage with me intellectually and to the point and for long enough that I can get evidence of your participation in the connection, you ain't getting this. You know what I mean? Like, and that's okay. Like, you should be okay with them too, because apparently there's gabillions of others out there waiting in the wings. My thing is like, and I just saw a TikTok. No, wait, was it a TikTok? I think it was a reel about I think it was like Georgia. Like, they were saying like they're not even, they're like, keep your legs closed because like it is crazy scary. Those numbers are high, high, high. I'm like, how like y'all gonna have to have like a whole generation like be birthed before you can like, I don't know. I just have questions like, wow. And some other people are so free with their bodies that it's like, wow, I'd almost wish to be like them, but at the same time, I got enough going on, you know what I'm saying? That I'm literally like just overcoming and stuff. I wouldn't want to add stuff like that to it. And then on top of it, the heartbreak. My God, would you survive? Like, should we try to survive that? Like, that's just me though, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, maybe I'm a pigeon, not even. Fly like a pigeon. No, let me stop. But I don't know. That's just me. And, long story short, you can be inside of a connection and still be just as unsafe. So that's why I just really just say, you know what, use your discernment. I know I have gotten through some things that, I just know, like, I just know that divine protection literally um is a thing. And that's not me judging anyone. Like, please don't feel judged. I'm just, the opportunity came up to share, so here I am. And you guys are my people, so there's that. So, haha. No, let me say. We win. Haha. All right, you guys, if you don't have anything else to ask, you know what? I really missed Eat Me tonight with the spicy questions. I just realized that, but you know what? I did come on a little bit later, so hopefully you guys catch things on the back end as this publishes. And if that is you, please leave me a green heart in the comment section so I know. And I'm going to try to work on getting on here a lot more and in different hours. So you guys may find like from one live stream to the next, it's like, oh, I definitely could not join. I get that, to be clear, no worries. I just appreciate you guys checking out the messages, supporting them, sharing them, telling a friend, telling your mom, whoever, so that we can get the algorithm really pumping so I can get these messages out to more beautiful souls like yourselves. Because there's more of us out there, you guys. And I don't know about you, but for me personally, honestly, it feels really great when we get together. It feels really great when we have acknowledgement of our community. No pun intended. But also thank you for those that have been sharing and will share in the community. All right, as well as on Facebook. You guys are amazing. And thanks for making it fun. Thanks for being a part of this. And by this, I mean the channel and the journey. All right. And thanks for not giving up, of course. All right. So, Laura, your answer was a yes. And it was the Queen of Wands, babe. You'll have to scroll it back. And Fiona, yes, you may ask a question, of course. Yep, the bell did ring. I didn't see anyone take me up on the offer, so yeah, you know what, Laura, I didn't mean any pressure by that invitation, but since we were talking, I was like, you know what, maybe because you said sometimes you don't get the notification, so to be clear, and I didn't text all that in there because I was trying not to be so late on to the live stream, but thanks for coming and thanks for everything. I really appreciate you, and I hope you got something out of it, honestly. um oh, you're saying one more question, you mean? Okay, all right. And Fiona, you can ask a question, babe. Do you? And Sean, if if you're still with us, okay, here we go. Let me see. Okay, let me see. You know what, Fiona? It's funny you say that because let me find out first, and then I'll say what I was gonna say. I'm gonna sound a little. Okay. Um. So, long story short, you guys, you know how like you've been feeling like you've been pile driving uphill, not even swimming, right? You know how like you've been feeling like water has jokes enough to feel, excuse me, I meant to say air has jokes enough to feel like it's water you're walking through instead. You know how like you've been tired AF and like needing to sleep? You know how you've been like trying to figure out if you're hungry or nauseous? Okay. That kind of stuff. Long story short, timeline shifting, ending. Okay. New Earth stuff. And I've been posting about it in the Facebook group, you guys. Schumann resonance kind of ish. Okay. Your answer, Fiona, is no. All right. It's not like it's not a spirit like living there, encapsulated there. Long story short, you're getting that veil pretty thinned out. Okay. So maybe you might, I have to speak in code on this. Maybe you might say your gifts are heightening, Fiona, or anyone else resonating with this. Maybe you might have more awareness or might want to learn about other dimensions. You multi-dimensional being, you. Make sense? Um, okay, let me see here. So hopefully that makes sense, Fiona. And I gotta watch what I say because because you know. Okay, we got a yes with an Emperor, Laura. All right. So, okay, you know what movie comes to mind, Fiona? Oh, hold on 1 second, because I don't want to say the wrong name, but I know who's in it. It's Denzel Washington, and I feel like Halle Berry was in it too. All right, let me see here. Hold on 1 second. They were like in 50 gabillion movies. It's like, oh yeah, which one of Hold on, I'm gonna get it though. Wait, hold on a second. Yep. Okay. Deja vu. And you know what? I don't know about y'all, but I've been having deja vu left and right lately, these past 2 weeks. And I'm like, ain't no way I should be having deja vu because the past 2 weeks haven't been run of the mill. They've not been standard as far as scheduling or anything. Um, so again, connecting to the Schumann resonance, which I've been posting about in the Facebook group. Oh my God, Val Kilmer was in that movie as well. I was like, oh, you know what? It was my bad. I said Halle Berry. It was Paula Patton. It was not Halle Berry. All right. Well, whatever. You guys, I feel like I didn't say this part. You know what? Forgive me if I did, but I don't want to not say it. For pile number one, I got the names Frank, Jack, Mike, and oh my God, who is that? Oh, and Joe. And that was the couples pile. Pile number two, which was the first of the singles, I got Jackson and or Jacksonville, Florida. I also got the name Trevor. And pile number three, I got the name Robert or Roberto. I got the number 49, which I assume may be an age. And something about oh, and also the name Ignacio and something about llamas or a llama for pile number three. And I don't know if I said that. Like I mentioned that I would talk about it, but I don't know if I read that out. Oops. So, like, you know how in other dimensions, right? Wait, Robin Thicke sex? Oh, probably. Yep, 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 yep. I forgot about that. You know how you guys should watch Deja Vu because it's a classic example of the blending. And that may also help you understand when they talk about mantids, mantid beings, they operate in the in between. So it's like things like that. Okay. So I don't get that there is a spirit, like, because I feel like your dad wouldn't even. Oh, you're talking about like a building or your particular dwelling. Let's see. As far if you live in a building, right? Yes. Yes, Fiona. Shadows, other dimensions that coexist. If you live in a building though, there could be ties to it. But as far as your actual like whatever room or rooms you inhabit, they're like cleared sacred space, okay? But in general course, because there is a difference from one dimension to the next, it's like technically that building looks different from one dimension to the next. The room would look different from one. So, and this is how like even on like medium shows where like Kim Rizzo comes to mind. And she'll go and she'll be like, you know, it's a freaking open field, right? And she's all like, there's a cannon over here. There's, you know, um, or like, or like she'll be like, is there a wall missing here? Because that's not the way I'm seeing it, you know. things like that. But there's also residual energy that can play out where you can see that. And that's basically a bit of the in between. It's not the same dimension in the same sense of, if you want to call this 3D, probably shouldn't anymore really, but um it's not the same exact density, frequency. That makes sense. So again, it's really something that can assist you. You shouldn't be like afraid of it or shunning. If you get a bad feeling, irregardless of whether or not you see a presence or not, that's a different story. Then you need to make sure that you are laying claim to that space, that you are, whatever works for you. Some people, smudge. Some people, do their prayers and petitions. Okay. Um, Whatever works for you to ease your mind so that you understand you are in control in that space, and that energy is not invited in, is not allowed to stay, kind of thing, right? Oh my gosh, I loved Fringe. Yes, that's such a the way I probably cried. I can't really remember because that was a while ago, but like I feel like I could. That guy, was that Christopher Walken? Wait, hold on a second. Fringe. Who's the old guy? Wait, hold on. No, I'm sorry. It was I said Christopher Walken. I'm hilarious. No, I guess it was, yeah, John Noble. This guy, I freaking love him. I love him so much. Um Whenever it, because it's no longer on, right? Like, 'cause I feel like it ended and I was like, no, because I feel like they half-ass ended it too. Like that whole series, it could have went, I feel like, oh, that makes sense. Something probably went down where they said, you're at the end of the rope, but telling some of these things, thank you. Well, Fiona, okay, so mm, I don't know. I'm just getting that that's more of like your higher self coming through. Like, unless you saw that and it actively was the source of the sound, which, how are we hearing thoughts really anyway, if you think about it? Because not with our ears. But anyways, you get what I'm saying? I think you just got a lot of transformation and you're coming into your new growth just fine. Like it's kind of like, think of like Quantum Leap, which is like a really old show. But it's like that scientist, go figure, it was a scientist as the character, right? Would go into a body and have to get acclimated. You know, when you're jumping timelines, you're not carrying the same cells with you, kind of thing. Sounds crazy, but I mean, you can even do research that even if you take the spiritual aspect outside of the situation with this biotech we got going on, the meat suit, the vessel, you can still find education out there that says something to the effect of, in so many days out of the year, you've got this amount of new cells. You're not the same person. Really can't even say your person is connected simply and solely to the meat suit, because your existence is above and beyond and below and outside, all around your meat suit, your vessel, right? So there's that. Okay, and good thing, I was telling someone earlier online, that it's kind of fun sometimes to just have that friendly reminder conversation with self that goes like, hey, I am not the body. I have a body. I am a soul, right? Like, because then it's like some of the restrictions that the body is trying to give you, you're trying to lop off, don't feel quite as restrictive anymore. And they don't seem quite as um concrete, right? So, and it's just the truth. But yeah, Fringe, I love that show. Peter had oh, you know what? I don't remember all aspects of that. It's funny that we're talking about this because I could not remember the name. I'm not gonna lie, I could not remember the name the other night. I couldn't sleep, and I was like, "And what was that freaking show?" And here I'm thinking that I'm looking up the wrong name for the actor for that noble guy. So I didn't get to the fringe. So now tonight I have that piece. So now I got to go back probably. There's been like instances like that happening lately for me where it's like I've been called to go back. Um and usually when I do, it's connecting me to certain aspects of my history that I'm actively healing out of, you know what I mean? And I think that, I'm not gonna lie again, is part of the reason why I don't remember all of Fringe. I just know that Fringe was something that definitely took me outside of whatever I was um going through at that time, you know. I'm pretty sure that lines up with a really bad connection that I was in in around that time. So long story short, that's part of the reason why I don't recall all of it. So I will be going back as I'm allowed to, you know, as my schedule. I feel like I'm not on here as much as I'd like to, so that might take the back burner a little bit. 'Cause I feel like the channel is more important, but I do want to get back to some of those things because I did enjoy them so, and it would be nice to remember a little bit more. But sometimes, you guys, when you have TRAUMA in other events, you know, you start learning to let go of certain things so that you can function, you know, and I'm not sharing for anyone to be anything other than empowered. So like no sad vibes or anything. I'm just a little tired right now. Um and so I will be getting off here soon. But it was really nice to chat with you guys, and I want to make sure I didn't skip over anybody's. I know I answered Laura, and your building's 75 years old, Laura. Oh my gosh. Um Well, you are your own spirit guide, Fiona. Like your higher self. This is why often, like you'll hear me say, like your higher self is coming through to tell you. I'm just basically like the clown's mouth. You know what I'm saying? With your higher self being powerful AF and beyond your own meat suit to be able to push through this vessel in certain ways, right? To get you the message. But your gifts are heightening, right? So you're getting the message a little bit more directly, and you're like, what? Maybe that's something newer. And that's okay too. However, long story short, irregardless of the source, you gotta trust your intuition. If it's making you feel bad, if there are bad occurrences, right? Like if you're seeing all of a sudden blood drip down the wall, right? Like I mean, you know, just say it, right? But for the most part, you know, you are um really being guided to trust your own intuition, you know. Um the episode where a man put together a woman who died. How can you not know that? Right, that does recall that. Oh, I do recall a little bit of that. Oh, I have to look for that because sometimes if you Google it, it'll come up like season, because there were like a few seasons on that one. But man, if I didn't watch every one of those episodes, sadly enough, right? I'd be quite surprised. I really, really, really look forward to that show. Could not get enough of that show. Binge watch that show because I think I saw it through Hulu. So by the time I could watch it, it just back to back, I just was like, oh my gosh. But you know, the way I felt about that show is also kind of the way, if we're talking like movies instead, that I felt about Click with Adam Sandler. And that guy is who I keep thinking John Noble was, that was in the store, not Bed Bath and Beyond, but like, is that what it's called? Bed Bath and Beyond, in that store that Adam Sandler's character kept going to for the freaking remote. That was actually the angel that gave, the guy that was the angel in that store that gave him the remote. That's kind of how I felt about John Noble's character, but John Noble's character seemed much more like scientifically educated, of course. But it was, I don't know, it was really, I love that movie Click as well. And I'm just proud that Adam Sandler isn't a trigger word or a trigger name for me, because I'm not joking whenever I say that. Like, I don't know. People are just funny. Life is funny. Sometimes I think to myself, like, okay, if I have written or co-written a large portion of what I've lived through already, I feel like I might have been being sarcastic. or toxically positive. Positive toxic positivity, because that's like tonight I was like, yeah, no, 10-10, like I'll be done, and it's like, oh my god, I should put 11-10 or something. That would have been closer to the mark. But I couldn't wait to come on here and be with my collective and have some fun. So anyways, we're all learning and growing, right? That's okay too. Adam Sandler, yeah. I mean, I feel like as far as Hollywood standards, he's not the worst, right? And I do appreciate him for his light worker content. What I mean by that is, one thing that I do appreciate about Adam Sandler is he's always been able to take the um, underdog character, or the everyday type of nobody type of character, and rip that character open enough to the point where you have to actually like have a heart for not only the character but the perspective that Adam delivers through that character. Like, it's one thing to receive a script or to create one, but when he actually paints that picture with the rest of him, what I mean by that is, like, a lot of times you're seeing characters that he's written, but he's not playing all the characters, if that makes sense. They've been casted according to like his likes and things like that to some degree, of course, right? But he's not playing all of them. And the characters that he chooses to play, often are those types of underdogs, those, that wouldn't necessarily stand out until they can't do anything else but stand out for great reason. And I think in some way, while performing his art, he does challenge people to dig a little deeper and to brace some of those harsher hitting issues, and really like deadpan it, like not in the sense of squinting at it. Even with the storyline of Click, it's like, yeah, that'd be well and good to manifest in a certain way, where you only get the pretty things to life, etc., right? Where you could just overly tailor the situation. But you do need a level of the bad to understand that, hey, this good is good, kind of thing. And he gives us that friendly reminder with a lot of his characters, and the characters not only that he plays but that he creates as well. What also comes to mind is like 50 First Dates, even Blended, which I just recently watched because yeah. So yep, your girl is healing, I swear. I was just proud of myself that I got through the movie without being like super triggered, because that was um a shared experience with my twin. And the funny thing is, that was one of my favorite movies even before I had ever known of him. So I definitely wanted to take that back, kind of thing. And I have. Um so long story short, Adam Sandler, I don't necessarily speak on his person, but his art, definitely chef's kiss. you know, I don't know him as a person. Um, so I don't want to like overly vouch for somebody I don't know that wouldn't vouch for me, kind of thing. Necessarily, but you know, but Adam, no, let me stop. Exactly. That's why I love coming on with you guys, Fiona. Exactly. You already get it. It's like, maybe you guys don't have a piece of the puzzle and I do, maybe vice versa. That's why it doesn't work at all. without you guys, like obviously, right? So in case anyone wondered, you are needed and you do matter, right? But also for funsies too, not even just like for services, to be clear. All right. Oh, The Wedding Singer is a good one. I haven't watched that in a while. You know what I prefer over Wedding Singer though, I'm not gonna lie, is Waterboy. But I don't know. Sometimes I think I just really like things a little campy, and Waterboy is kind of like a little. I don't know if maybe campy is not the right reference, but like I like things like that almost seem to appear like a play on reality, but not really like all the way reality, like theatrical, I guess maybe because I loved Johnny Depp in Crybaby. Like things like that where it's almost like is this a play, like if Grease were like a live action film, all these stuff. I don't know, and I'm not even like a theater kid either. I'm probably more of like a wannabe one, but then not too much because I'm really not like with I'm not really up with all the musicals or anything like that, but every now and again, which speaking of, you guys, Prince's musical, well, the musical that the estate is putting on. Anywho, I felt bittersweet about that. Yeah, it's really not about him at all. Like and that's what I think about is the issue with the estate. But I digress. Anyways, um, oh, the theater doesn't exist anymore. That's crappy. I don't know. I do love a good movie theater experience, but I also have dreams, goals, and aspirations to just kind of like create that within my house. You know, um, in my house there are many rooms, and a movie theater is one of them. And yes, the seats recline. I will show you one day. To be clear. So that'd be great. Like I just have this big mansion and it's like everybody come, like we're gonna have like a party, tarot party. That'd be fun. Someday. All right, you guys. Oh yeah, I Tyler probably would like hate me. I don't hate him, and he is my Tawdry how did he say this? He's like, I want y'all to watch me as your guilty pleasure or something like that. So I do kind of get my snide snicker on and I click on his videos when I see he's got some new stuff, right? But I don't know. I just think that we're on the same team. He's just got a different flow, you know. Like I feel like because I think Eat Me actually was the one that was like, oh yeah, you should just collaborate. Like it's all easy anyway, but still, and I'm like, I don't know. It's not really like the same. We're on the same team, not necessarily the same vibe, which I'm okay with, right? Um, because you know what, variety is the spice of life. I don't want to see the same everything over and over again. Don't you guys feel like that sometimes when you're scrolling on the phone too? You're like, God, it's this literally the same videos, different channels. I'm like, what are we? What are we doing? What are we talking about? What are we looking at? It's the same. Like, how do they even do that? Interesting. I got questions. Anyways, you guys, watch that Deja Vu. I'm just saying. There's another one that I want to watch. Can't think of the name of it, but I might post about it in the Facebook group. That's why I like the group over there, because we can do things like that. Just saying. All right. But I get it. If you're not a fan of Facebook, you're never setting foot on Facebook. I get it. All right. All I'm saying is, since you do know how to get to YouTube land, check out the community and participate. Hit a like, give me a green heart, say something, share a picture, share a feeling, share a friend. I don't know. Um, you know, let me see the pictures of your beautiful familiar faces. And by that I mean, do you have cats? Do you have dogs? Do you have a parakeet? Anything. But just to make us be able to feel more connected. I mean, there's no problem with that since we already are. All right. I love you guys. I really hope that you use the last 5 minutes on the pillow tonight to really get grateful for tomorrow and for the beauty and the wonders and the blessings that you already are, yes, but also will be receiving tomorrow, right? Claim it. Okay, it's up to you. You're co-creating this anyway. I love you guys. Much love and light.